it's time to talk about Francine. See, it's just now tropical depression after making landfall as a category 2 on Louisiana. It's soon to dissipate after making thousands of power outages across the state. Mississippi and a few more northern states have been getting lots of rain. There was just a rain band, if you can see on the satellite imagery, hitting Florida, and you can see it's very weak now. I'll show you it on Zoom Earth soon. The damages are unknown so far. I do not know about the fatalities yet, but this was a very deadly storm and it caused lots of surge to the southern coast. I'm going to look on Zoom Earth. So I'm gonna include my friend Uncle. And yeah. He'll be in the live for a bit, but I will show you the hurricane.
So,
Hello. I'm just talking about
Francine was made landfall as a category 2,
with 100 mile
which
an hour
is,
winds.
and Florida, since Louisiana is below sea level, they have barriers around it, don't they?
I do not know, but we're gonna have a look at what it's currently looking like. If you can see, let me show you it, or you can look at my live. But here is
Whoops.
Francine.
Yeah.
Northern Florida's been getting lots of rain today.
Now,
But yeah, now I'm gonna show you Zoom Earth. Here it is.
a tropical depression right now, and it's going to dissipate very soon. I don't think it's gonna last 2 more days at the most.
According to Zoom Earth, it will dissipate on Saturday, the 14th. Well, you can see lots of precipitation have been affecting northern Florida.
Invest 93E. What do you think is gonna happen there?
I don't think we
I
should.
can't hear you. Are you muted?
No? You hear me now? Well, okay, I'm just looking at. Hello? Well, I'm going to show you what it looks like as the. So here it is hitting
I can't
Louisiana
hear you.
on stream. Northern Florida. Okay. It's been affecting like the southern coast of Louisiana. It went through right between Morgan City and Houma as a strong, but it was a low one category 2, really weakening as it goes through eastern Louisiana by New Orleans, Hammond, and then entering Mississippi towards Jackson and Canton, and then yeah, it will also pass by Greenwood, Grenada, Clarksdale, Hernando, and then enters Arkansas and will dissipate by around the 14th of September. We are also going to look at another hurricane, but for now we're going to have a look at Wikipedia. This is the wrong basin, but yeah, Francine. No, wait, Hurricane Francine. Here we go. Here's Hurricane Francine. It. We're looking at Wikipedia, by the way. If you didn't know, it's formation. So yeah, it. After a lot of inactivity after the name Ernesto on the hurricane list, it took us about 3 weeks to get Francine to be named, and soon Gordon will be named. Approximately the Friday the 13th of September, maybe the 14th actually, but could be either of those 2 days. And yeah, it was spotted in Cancun, right by Cancun, and then travelled through the Yucatan Peninsula, entering into the Gulf of Mexico, and was named. It was slowly strengthening to a Category 1, and then just barely reaching Category 2. So yeah, it's wait. Hello? Hello? So then tropical storm watches were issued for Barra del Todo, and northeastern Mexico were placed under tropical storm warnings. Lots of schools were shut down, and then as it was heading towards Texas and Louisiana, southern Texas was placed by under tropical storm warning, and yeah, as it was about to hit Louisiana, hurricane warnings were first issued into Morgan City and Tuna. Louisiana was placed under a state of emergency by the governor. 2,300 guardsmen of the Louisiana National Guard parishes that were likely to be affected. Lots of schools were also closed in Louisiana. Mississippi and Alabama were also placed into warnings, tropical storm warnings. And then today, lots of places like Arkansas, Missouri, Florida, Mississippi and Alabama are going through quite a bit of rain. And here's an image of it hitting Louisiana on September 11th. And then here's an image of the track. It shows it wasn't a Category 2, but it was a Category 2, just barely a Category 2. So yeah, it was heading towards the Texas and Mexican border, but then turned very sharply into an eastward direction towards Louisiana and then making landfall. Yeah. So there's a story on the So yeah, here I move on to our next storm. We are moving on to Typhoon Babinka. Oh, it's severe tropical storm, but it's soon to be typhoon. So, yeah, I'll be a bit louder. I don't know if you guys can hear me. So, yeah. Here we go. We are moving on to severe tropical storm Babinka. Let me just Babinka. Okay. Go. So we're moving on to our next storm. With Texas and Mexico. I think I need to mute you. Sorry, let me just end the call with Bob. So yeah, we're gonna move on to our next storm. This is our Francine. Where's Babinka? Select a different storm. Babinka. Babinka is actually not looking too good as it is currently weakening fast. It may strengthening again very shortly. If you want to see the track, here it is so far. It was just a severe tropical storm, but it's now just a tropical storm now. But yeah, it's just a bit weakening. And then as it passes into the Ryukyu Islands, just a bit south of Kagoshima, we will see a typhoon. It hasn't been named by Pegasi yet. It hasn't entered the Filipino basin, but it might do, I think. And yeah, we're gonna have a look at the cone and its future. So yeah, you can see it looks a bit like it's traveling slowly and then reaching 110 miles an hour. And you can see it's gonna make landfall right south of Shanghai. And yeah, I think this is a lake. And then it goes into some provinces like Anhui, and then we got this one, Henan. Close to Hubei. So yeah, this is the depression I was talking about a moment ago, and the other depression that we'll soon cover. So yeah, we're gonna have a look at Babinka again. We're gonna actually have a look at the Western Pacific as a whole. I mean, that's not Western Pacific. Or do they not? I don't think they even have Western Pacific. I don't know what that is. Yeah, here is Babinka, looking severely terrible as it's weakening. But yeah, not looking good. Let me check water, true color. Yep, yeah, this is definitely. I want to say it's not looking good for some reason. And you can just barely see the Philippines in the background. Let's go to Wikipedia. Have a look at tropical storm Babinka. We're gonna have a look at Babinka now. Something Wukong, Jongdari, Shanshan, Yagi, One, Lipi. and then Bebinka. So it was formed, named by right south of Guam. It went right through the and yeah, it caused a little bit of damage to Guam, I believe. It's currently 60 miles an hour. Strong storm. So yeah, but it did not make any damages, but it did affect Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, and even Philippines could have been affected by this. We will see. I'll cover Babinka when it becomes typhoon or severe tropical storm, but I'll definitely do lots of updates on Ileana as it hits Baja California and Gordon as well. There's nothing to really talk about for this storm right here, as it's very weak, but weakening now. But when it becomes a typhoon, severe tropical storm status, and hits land, then we'll definitely have a look at the damages. I believe Yagi is retired. Will retire, of course. $9 billion in damages. I would have never expected that, by the way. But yeah, here we are now with Bibinka, and there's no other invests to look at. But yeah, I think we're done with Bibinka for now. But yeah, we'll cover it next time. So we're gonna move on to our next storm on here. Now, we need to look at 7 and Ileana, maybe Inverse 9 for a while, but I want to have a look at Ileana and 7. So now we're moving on to Ileana. It's actually currently just strengthening a bit. It just became a depression now, soon to be named Ileana, or Aliana, however you pronounce it. It's heading for Cabo San Lucas and then La Paz, and then could hit Sonora, and then dissipate by Arizona. That is what the cone would say. Yeah. Here is long wave. If it is forming, slowly and slowly, is what it really looks like. Here it is. It looks like if this is rain, then so yeah, it's really affecting coastal Mexico so far, and some it looks like it's going to affect Cabo San Lucas on the southern tip of Baja California. Now we're gonna have a look at the cone of uncertainty. Here it is right now. So if I go on to precipitation, it is affecting Jalisco, and yeah, Nayarit. But yeah, as it heads north, the rain follows the storm, and once it hits Cabo San Lucas, we'll start to see quite a lot of damages and very heavy rain, bringing into La Paz, and then soon the some coastal Mexican cities will probably get quite a bit of rain. of course, there it is, affecting the land into the Gulf of California. So yeah, it will definitely make quite a bit of damage to Sonora, Nayarit, Durango, and of course Jalisco and Baja California will be the most affected on these, on all of this. But you know, Sonora and Chihuahua could also be quite affected badly. But the rain might be centered around this area where Culiacan is. And you can see the coast. 9 millimeters of rain, 12. Some of it could be 11, which is quite bad, really. Yeah, we will see lots of rain to West Mexico. Gonna have a look at Tropical Depression 9 on Wikipedia. So we're gonna have a look at how Eastern Pacific is doing. So we went through, about to reach our 9th named storm. So yeah, we're going to show you 9E and what it's like. So yeah, it hasn't got any track images or like the actual image of the hurricane itself yet, but we'll see some sort of damages soon. But yeah, so here we go. On to our final storm. We're not going to talk about it really much of it, but we will just have a look at its forecast and that. So here it is, currently waiting to be named. It's likely to peak in intensity of a low-end tropical storm with 50-mile-an-hour winds, but you know, it might be uncertain that it will become a hurricane if it does get into the western Atlantic. It's not really doing well in the main development region, to be honest, but we'll see as time passes. We're gonna have a look at on the seven. Here we go. It might need to be a bit improved. Yeah, I think it should be improved, this hurricane. Yeah, here it is. Doesn't look too good, I guess, but it's gonna be quite weak. Yeah, it's going to be growing quite slowly. Not fast. But yeah. So it will be for the end of his life. We're just going to talk about recent storms now. So we got Yagi, very recently though. And here is Yagi becoming a super typhoon. Some say it was category 5, and some people think it's only category 4. According to Zoom Earth, it was just a weak super typhoon. Very low end super typhoon. It looked quite threatening when it did become a violent typhoon. That Would you think that looks a bit devastating? And then it moved and slowly moved, and then actually it looked like it became faster and slammed into Haiku in northern Hainan. Here it is weakening on the 7th of September, and then hits Vietnam as a major, and then dissipates. That's basically Yagi. I'll include the track as well. So yes, it is now the end of the video, and I hope you liked my hurricane talk, and I'll see you tomorrow to have an update for Iliana and Baby Francine, and of course Gordon if it gets named.